Lady D, doing a live video for you this afternoon. Stopping by, talking about some grown folk topic and discussion. I hope your day's going good. We got a little sunshine out today, and I'm kind of loving it. It's not hot, hot, but it's comfortable. And the day seems to be going on by a little faster, a little less drama than a few other days that I've had, but it's all good, y'all. It's all good. Um, Looking forward to this week ending so that I can have some woosah time next week. I can't wait. Seem like I've been working, and I need some downtime for real. So anyway, I was thinking the video, the talk today mostly is about being single, singleness. Hey Mark, how you doing today? Thanks for stopping by. Um, Singlehood, singleness. Is it a good thing? You know, nowadays it's so much going on with the pandemic, COVID, and things of that nature, where it's hard to really get involved with someone new because you're kind of nervous and scared, not really knowing where they've been, what they do, what's going on, and even to go out to nice dates here and there. People are wearing their masks and stuff like that still some of the time, and because you just don't know until you become comfortable. And that's true, Mark. It's not like it used to be, and it's very uncomfortable now being single and dating. Some love it. Some love the fact that they don't have any connection with anyone, so therefore it gives them the freedom to do some things they want to do when they want to do it. If there's no attachment, there's no attachments, and nobody can say anything. But at the same time, it gets really lonely and frustrating too, not having someone that you can really bond with and spend your time with, and to mature with, grow with, obtain things with. You get a little bored of the singleness. Now, I did recently post something in my forum on Facebook in regards to are you single even when you're in a relationship and you're not married? Some will look at, well, if someone asks them, are you single? Yeah, you do have a lot of responsibility for another person in a relationship. You do, Mark. Um, some will ask, are you single? And some people have to think about that because, there was a few people that had mentioned to me, well, I'm single until I say I do. And if I don't say I do, I'm considered single. But you have some that will look at the fact that once you make that commitment to be exclusive with someone in a relationship status where you're both only seeing each other on that serious level, that's a relationship. So I wanted to ask you guys, what is a relationship to you? What is it when one says they are in a relationship? Are you still single until you get married? Regardless of who you're spending time with, who you're bonding with, who you're connecting with, who you're, having physical uh, connection with, that type of thing. Are you still considered single? That's something to think about. And then, just kind of to reiterate, the single thing nowadays, is it a good thing or is it hell for some? Not only is it hard to connect with people because of the pandemic, because of COVID, because of people being scared to really let loose like before, you just don't see the same vibe as, say, a decade or two ago. You have a differences in how people get down. Men approach you differently. Women are just all out there with it now. I mean, there's no reservations like before. You still do have some women who are very much ladies, and they only do things a certain way and they're only going to accept it a certain way. But you do have a selected group of women who, and in their 30s and 40s, sometimes even 20s, they are pretty much off the hook with their approach. Um, they are very forward. They are very bold. You have more women who are abusers now than men. Not than men, but then it used to be. It used to be, more men were abusing women physically, verbally, that type of thing. Now you have women doing that. They'll cuss you out quicker than you can blink your eye. They want to pounce and box with you and give you a black eye, and some men just kind of hold back from smacking her back because that's not in his character. He wasn't raised like that. He doesn't believe in that. He doesn't want to deal with that, and usually he's gone. See ya, gotta go. Then you have some women who, especially if a brother just got out of prison, they quick to call the police on you just for any reason. You could have sneezed wrong, or they got a scratch that they scratched themselves and they pissed off at you, so they calling the police and say you did it. I mean, it's so different now. So men feeling comfortable, I'll say, um, with their approach with wanting to date and take a woman out and get connected that is single, he has reservations. I mean, people have needs, right? You have physical needs where you want to bond and connect with the opposite sex sometime, and you may have an attraction for someone, and you do, they are your go-to. But as far as getting all tangled up in the web, you're kind of on reserve about that. So then that leads to you being in a situation where they call it a situationship, quote unquote, where you're dealing with someone and it's based on the situation of the situation, and it's no commitment there, you know. And that's right, Mark. Hurt people do hurt people. And that goes into a broader scope too. I think I touched on that in another video where, you know, if we don't let go of our baggage that we have come from, that we have still loaded on our backs, if we don't let go of that, we take that into the next realm of our, life. We take that into our next relationship, our next focus, our next everything, and we're carrying this weight that causes problems. And if you've been pained or hurt in your last relationship and you're still pained and hurt, and sometimes people rebound, they're not a bit more ready to be dealing with the next person. But because of the flesh being weak and being lonely and thinking that dealing with someone new will help you heal the wounds of someone old does not always work. Sometimes that causes even more confusion. You haven't let go of that pain and hurt. You haven't moved on from it. You haven't accepted the fact that, yeah, it happened and it sucks and I'm mad, I'm pissed, I'm hurt, and all that. But you know what? I'm going to hurt and heal, forgive, and move on. And try to take something out of that situation that will be growth for you moving forward. Because everything that we encounter, be it people or situations or situationships, everything that we encounter, there should be something that we learn from it, be it good or be it bad. But we should learn lessons or a lesson from where we've come. And that's where growth, wisdom, and maturity sets in. So, with that being said, being single now, you know, is not always a good thing for some. Some will jump into, let me see, dating for convenience. Yeah, just not to be lonely. That's right, Mark. That's right. People do nowadays, and I was getting ready to kind of make a point like that. Um, they will start to date someone due to convenience, due to personal gain, due to something that is lacking or needed. Let me get into that with that person because with them I can have it, obtain it, grow with it, run with it, whatever. So they'll start to latch on and start dating that next person because of that. A lot of times it's, just like people who get married, it's not always out of love. It's a business thing. It's a commitment. It's a deal breaker, not deal breaker, but a deal in itself for us to complement one another. And I do care about you, but I'm not in love with you. Perhaps I will be one day, perhaps I won't. I don't know. This is the mindset that some have. Love don't always have a whole lot to do with them getting into the marital situation. But back to the reasons why some do it, they get into these dating and relationships for the wrong reasons. And a lot of times, just to not be lonely. I know some people, and back, when I was younger and doing my thing and dating and breaking up and dating and breaking up, you never gave yourself a chance to woosah. You know, you go from one situation to another. You go from, as soon as you let someone know that's been at you that you single, now you seeing them, and before you know it, you're in a relationship. So you don't have the chance to heal. And I know we all have lived a life course of going through that, except for those of you who have been really blessed and lucky to have been with the same person for the past 30, 40, 50 years. Then you haven't had to deal with all that, right? Right. But for some that have been on the single and relationship wagon, on and off, um, yeah, they've been through that. So when you don't allow yourself a chance to get rid of the baggage and you go into the next phase, and sometimes it's just because you're thinking that it's going to help ease that pain. It's like taking that drink. And before you know it, you're drinking and drinking and drinking, thinking it's going to wash everything away. And now you got a bigger problem because you have an alcoholism issue, and now you got to fight that beast because you thought that, and actually alcohol is a depression. So once you start coming down off of that alcohol, usually that's when the reality of your depressed life starts to come to surface. So just keep that in mind. But um you know, you get into the situation with someone thinking that, okay, this is going to help me heal. This is going to help me get to maybe they have some things that you need or want that'll help you get to another level or get out of the rut you're in or whatever. And people latch on, and no one wants to be lonely, you know. What you saying, Mark? They're dating to not pay bills by them. Wow. Wow, interesting, interesting. So you mean to tell me that there is some females that will date a man, say like that has, some money, got a few things going on, and he has a big heart, so he helps her with her bills, and it takes the weight off of her. Because if a man really cares about you, he's gonna do things to help you. You ain't gonna even have to ask. It's just gonna be automatic. He's gonna see that you're a single woman, that you got responsibilities and things that you need to take care of, and you may even have kids or whatever. So he's gonna kick you down sometime because you're good to him too. And you do things with and for him too. So he's just gonna automatically do that. But some people will take you and things for granted. Some women will take that man for granted, like Mark just said. They only date certain particular men because they need to get their bills paid. So now they in what they call a relationship thing, because he ain't gonna just pay your bills and y'all just in a situationship. Usually not. He's gonna want something out of that. So you're gonna have to be giving up the stanky leg or something on a regular, or spending time, or even a relationship. And then they not keeping it 100 because they probably got something or someone else they doing too. So it's just a mess when you don't go into things for the right, genuine reasons. When you sit up and you use somebody for your own personal gain in a personal way, it is a disaster waiting to happen. That's what it is. Hear me when I tell you this. It's never going to amount to a positive outcome, because sooner or later, that person, male or female, is going to catch on to your leashing type of spirit and attitude towards them. They're going to connect the dots and they're going to realize that they're being used, that you are not with them for the right reasons. Why? Because the truth comes out sooner or later. Sometimes folks can lose their mind a little bit in the beginning, but sooner or later, you do, this bell goes off. Ding, 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 ding. And it's like, I'm being played. You see what I'm saying? So the single world out here is a beast, you guys. Um, I think that it's fine when you're sitting up and say, you just got out of something and you need time to kind of get your head together. So you want to be single for a while. No connections, no emotional, none of that, because you haven't you're trying to get rid of where you come from. So therefore, you're not into dating anyone seriously. Maybe going out on a dinner date or doing some little lightweight stuff, but you're not into the relationship stuff right now. And that's okay. People need to understand that. You just got out of something. However, to be out here for a long period of time, single, and you going out on dates with different people, and you getting to know the different temperament and ways of other people, can be quite exhausting, because things are totally different. And even the men are sometimes in awe, because the women are so forward and coming at them in a way that a man wants to be able to be the one to come at her, and she's taking the ring and just woo, let's do this, let's do that, come over here, come over here, let me take you there, let me do that, here, take this, do that, here's as a matter of fact, here's my key to my place, so you can just come on in when you want to. When I ain't home, just let yourself in, come on in, and I'm hoping that you'll be all washed up, shaved up, in the bed waiting on me when I get there. Hello. They taking the ring. Now an opportunist will probably look at that and say, oh shit, I got a live one here. I got a live one. Shit, let me go on and get that key. Let me go on over there and eat a little food and lay on up in that bed and, kick it when I want to come through. opportunist. But he's not going to be with her like that. He's not going to marry her. He's not going to build anything serious with her like that. He's not. So you got these situations out here when you're single. And that's why some who are really, really ready and looking for quality and not quantity, excuse me, they look for that, they're seeking that, and they wait for that because there's nothing better. It's nothing greater. I have been there, done that with the dating and all that, and it's all good. PS5 and play all day. Yep, that's right, Bark. He be in there playing that PS5, getting down, and she at work. Another topic, huh? But you know, it just comes a time when you're just ready for the quality. You're ready for substance. You're ready for something that's moving towards something good with the both of you, and not just dealing with this person and then moving from that person to this person, or dating 3, 4, 5, 6 people at a time and trying to jiggle. And Tuesday was this one and Thursday is this one and the weekend is that one, and maybe on Wednesday hump day will be this one. I mean, you start going through, these trips. So, and that's right. If people would communicate their intentions up front, just come straight out and say what it is you where you at, what you looking for, and what you want. Just say it. Let a person know what the intentions are up front. I can't tell you how many times I have heard people saying, um, I don't know where I stand. I know we care about each other, but I don't know where this is going. I don't know if they want the same things I do. Hi, how y'all doing? I got somebody always saying hi when I'm doing my videos, y'all. So don't be mad at me. But you know, they're saying to me, oh, they're not on the same. Well, I don't know if they're on the same page. That's what they say. I think we have this relationship. I think that's what we got, something solid here. I know they care about me. Yeah, they care about me. I care about them too. Yeah, but I don't know if we in a relationship, or I don't really know if they want a relationship because they come from something else that messed their head up, but they all into me just like we into it. I mean, you get so dizzy listening to the stories, or those who say I've been dealing with somebody for a decade or so, and I just don't know where this is going. Well, hell, you need to communicate your intent, your intentions from the gate, and then exercise it. You got to do that. And if you allow something to drag on longer than you want it, and it still is not going in an elevated direction like you want, then you have to start looking at yourself. You know what I'm saying? Right. They identify the crisis in the hips, and yeah, you're right. It's you have got to put all that down. Stop using your bodies to communicate your physical needs, and then you think with your body communicating your physical needs, everything should be on the table. They should already know. Sex does not validate a relationship. Just because you're sleeping with someone, and you could be sleeping with them on a regular basis, it does not mean that you're both on the same page. You may be on the same page as far as the physical connection is concerned. It's all good, but As far as, in their mind, they could be thinking, oh, wow, we got a good thing. We come together. The sex is the bomb. They cool to be around, this and that. But I ain't trying to be in no relationship. I'm trying to leave myself wide open. And then the other person could be like, oh man, we sexing, regularly, and they so tender about me, they care about me, we talk every day. That's my man. That's my girl. And here you guys are on two different planes. And then when it comes time for this mess to start having issues or end, you got one person saying, well, we never was in a relationship. You got the other person saying, well, yes, we were. Well, what was we doing then? And you was over here doing da 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 da. You had a key to my place. Well, I got a key to your place because you gave it to me. And you never gave me a key to your place. Well, I never said I was gonna give you a key to my place, but you decided to give me a key to your place. Communication, y'all. Communication. You got to have it. Your intentions, you got to talk about it. If that person falls off and don't want to deal with you after you talked about it, then just move on. Next. I'm wasting my time, because you have got to have that. Being single out here nowadays is a beast. You will get some stuff you can't get rid of. Some people get babies they ain't ready for, diseases they can't get rid of. Then you go into your next situation where you really love and feeling this person, and guess what? You got some stuff for life that you got to tell them you got. Mm-hmm. You got to let them know, I got this situation. I'm feeling you. This happened before you. You still want to see me? How humiliating is that? Who wants to have to do that? But that's the reality. This single thing is not cool. And it's not to say that people in relationships don't have issues too. Some people in relationships step out on their partner and they get babies, or they step out and they get diseases too. But I just think the chances of that happening is greater when you do have to discuss the standards and the boundaries from day one, Mark. You do. And the chances is greater when you are just out there, when you out there doing what you're doing, to get caught up with some drama. But discuss your intentions from day one. We had some very good feedback, Mark. Thank you. We had some real talk on here today. We had some real grown folk interaction. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Mwah. When you guys give it to me like that. Now that's what I'm talking about. Communication, real talk. Y'all know I gotta go. I didn't ran my mouth. When I first got on here, I said, oh, I'm going to do a little, we're going to talk for about 10 minutes. I only got about 10, 15 minutes. Look, y'all, it's almost 30 minutes. It just gets better. It gets just like fine wine. It gets better with time. Anyway, have a good day. I'll try to get back with you guys tomorrow. Like I said, I'll be dipping in and out a little bit next week. Maybe not as much. I will be away on vacay, but I definitely will be chiming in when I can. I'll have my camera here to do a few things. They may be a lot shorter, but I will come back sometime tomorrow too in the afternoon and say, hey, what's up? And probably Saturday, and definitely will be doing my show Sunday before I head out. So anyway, you guys have a good day. This is your hostess with the mostest, Donna Smith. Don't forget, tell a friend, share, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day, and thanks again for being grown.